Well, hello there. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Gadget Talk. I've been waiting all day to say that and kind of come out with this on. Super excited because this is May the 3rd. Of course, we can't do it on May the 4th because, well, that's a Wednesday. And this is a Tuesday. So, Chad, how are you doing tonight?
Good. I'm doing great. I'm tired, but good. I'm glad that this cache is almost done. This has actually been one of the more time-consuming builds, I should say.
Yeah.
But super excited for May the 4th tomorrow.
I am too. Because, of course, there's rumors that some things may be released for Star Wars this year. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to be. But before we get to anything, let's go ahead and take care of our sponsors, and then we'll be back and we'll kind of chit chat for a little bit, and we'll start seeing what we got.
If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write-in-the-Rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special path tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
All right, so just kind of going through the chat really quick. Let's see what we got. We got Tom Brotherman, of course, is here from Selma. Tricassius, Gilby, Pizza Ninja is in here, third to comment. Well, that's good. Paul Racy from Sacramento. Pizza Ninja, Western New York. Gary Slinker, the boss is on from Greenville, Texas. Just Finding Our Way from Arizona. Quincy Cryptid, don't remember where he's at, but yep, Star Wars, gentlemen. Star Wars, hello there. Pizza Ninja, I can't wait for Cache Fest. Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Neither. Darren from Australia. And let's see here. DJW House is in here. Big crowd tonight. Greetings from Soggy, Illinois. Yeah, it's kind of been raining here. We're expecting a lot more rain coming up. Let's see here. Cache Queen is joining us tonight. That's no moon. No, it's not. That's the Geocache Gadget Talk symbol back there. That's not a moon. All right, let's see here. GCSK11 from Medicine Hat. Thank you, Pizza Ninja. Kind of been growing it just for tomorrow.
That's cool. That's epic. I love it.
We'll see how long it lasts. I'm enjoying having the beard. I'm liking it. More importantly, my wife likes it, so it may stay around. The only problem is that my logo will have to change. Let's see here. Steven from Texas and Mini Mag from California, just because I know where he's at. So welcome, everyone. May the 4th be with you. This is such one of our favorite episodes, I think, every year. So I'm going to have to lose the rope here in a little bit because it's hot in my shop right now. And I've been running around with my head cut off and hanging lights for a play for this weekend, and building caches and working. So it's been kind of crazy.
So do you have any events you're going to tomorrow? May the 4th events going on around your area?
No, there's not. Absolutely no events. And I know I should have probably put one together, but with everything that's been going on in real world, it's kind of hard to do a lot of different stuff.
I understand that.
But
yeah, there's several here. I might end up going to 2 of them tomorrow, and I'll take this with me.
Oh, that'll be epic. That'll be cool. Which one? You talking about Signal or the one that you're going to be showing tonight?
No, the cache that for May the 4th. Okay, I should take Signal, but I've taken him. He's visited some events.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah.
Well, we were hoping to have some other ones on tonight, but I think everybody felt intimidated by yours, Chad.
Oh no.
I'm intimidated by yours.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. Well, do you want to start out?
Yeah, I'll start out with mine.
Talking about your
Mine
build?
will be really quick because, I mean, if you saw my channel, you kind of saw what it kind of looked like already with the buttons. However, I went in today and spent, probably a good 3-4 hours in airbrushing and kind of worked on getting the airbrush, doing a really very iconic scene from Star Wars. And I guess without further delay, you've seen how it kind of works before. I don't have all the wiring. The wiring's done, but it's not actually in place. I got to actually mount a lot of the wiring. But without further ado, here is what it looks like. So really, as you can see, the very epic Star Wars scene going up there, and I set it up as this is kind of like a console that they would be doing. But so yeah, let's go ahead and kind of went in and airbrushed.
That's really cool.
The scene here. It was a lot of fun, and just kind of did the texturing of the smoke as well. I see a few little things I need to go back and fix, but there's always going to be something that's going to have to go back and fix. Now this is a 9-button puzzle that we've built before on here, and I'm trying to remember the code. Oh yeah, I know what it is. It may or may not. When I moved it earlier, it may have moved the. Nope, it's still all hooked in. So it is firing the connection. So, and I will be putting stuff on the buttons, and I'll actually have the puzzle. I think is actually going to be in the description on the cache page itself. So they have to actually read that. They're not going to solve anything here. So I'm going to make them read the description. But I just wanted it to look very iconic with the airbrushing of that scene up there. And that stretched me. That really did stretch me because I've never airbrushed a scene before. So, I mean, I've worked on some sets, and it's really what it is it's templates. And on my channel this week, I do kind of go into a little bit how I did it. I didn't quite reveal it until the end on it, so you'll just kind of be watching for that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It took quite a bit to do it. And like I said, it was getting the templates and getting the lines right, and then coming in through and getting it all painted. But that, to me, the gadget and aspect, I wish I kind of went with square buttons, but I'm going to live with the round ones. But I liked how that came out, and I liked how when I did it, it's actually at an angle.
I saw that. That looks really cool.
So it's an angle going up there. So it's like somebody, maybe they're watching the console, they're sitting at the console, and this lightsaber battle's going on in front of them. So that was kind of the idea that I had as I was kind of coming up with the idea for that aspect of it.
Oh, that's really cool. And so that will pop open a door when you get that.
Right. The door will be down here. Oops. The door will be down here. I just don't have the battery pack's actually going to go underneath the panel itself. And as you can see, it kind of scratched up as I was putting it in. So I'm going to have to do some touch up here and there. I'm probably going to sand.
That's just weathering.
Slide down just a little bit so it'll slip in. And I'm going to put security screws in here. That way, if I need to, I can pull it up and pull the panel out to get to the batteries, because the batteries are going to go behind there. And this one, instead of the door opening this way, I think I'm going to have it flip down.
Oh, that'd be like cool.
That. So something
with that latch, it will just fling open. It will be cool.
Right. Something a little bit different. But I just love, like I said, I love the angle of it. I love the way the paint came out, and I used opaque and some transparent reds and blues to get to do the lightsabers kind of bleeding through. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it enjoyed that one. So
Bell in the Move says he loves the reflection on the wall. I do. I like how it's bouncing off that wall, the light.
Yeah, that is cool. I noticed that when I took a picture and I sent it to you today. I was like, that I love the reflection on that. And the top, I'm debating if it's going to be, it may stay white just so it actually reflects more light down onto it, so you can see it better, because I'm not going to put any other LEDs in there, because that's going to I think that's going to be fine with what's in there. So, but that is mine. So nowhere compares to what you did.
Well, that's not. It's cool. I like it. They're just different caches. That's it.
Yeah, they are. And like I said, they're this one will probably go out. We'll go out in the wild, whereas yours goes to events.
It could go if I found a good spot for it, but I don't see any time in the future here.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a hard one to hide. It really would be.
Yeah. So, but it'll go to events. And instead of a logbook you sign, there'll be a trackable that you can discover the box. So pretty standard.
Right. Sorry, I'm seeing this. Next year, you should swap the beard for a Padawan braid.
Yeah, I saw that. That'd be good.
Nope, not going to happen.
You can buy those at Disneyland.
The hair's getting longer, so who knows? Maybe next year that may be in a braid. Who knows?
Nice.
So,
well, I like it. I think it's great. And are you going to end up finishing that on your channel?
I don't know if I'm going to finish it on my channel or if I'm going to go start working on something else. I did put out a survey last week because I was just kind of curious of what people are wanting to see. Okay, I got to lose this. I'm burning up.
You look a little warm there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I was put out a survey the other day on my channel, and I was asking, what do you want to see? And what's been your favorite thing? The build videos, let's see, what was the other tips? Like when I give tips on different things, or when I'm actually talking to cachers. And so I put it out there because I wanted to know, because I have some things coming up and I see some other builders that I want to actually really do want to talk to and do different stuff with, either here on Gadget Talk or on my channel itself. And really it came out to be people are wanting to build videos. So now I need to break it down to what type of build videos do you want to see? Do you want to see simple gadgets? Do you want to see some things that'll be really simple and quick to make it easy? I'm just curious of what everybody would want to see type aspect of it. And so if you want to put in the chat tonight, just let me know. Because that's something that even Chad and I, because we talk about different stuff and how we can correspond and bounce it back and forth all the time on between the two channels. So, because we do, of course, behind the cache.
I have all kinds of video to do for my YouTube channel. I don't have time, and I'm not a good editor, right? So if I stick it up there, it's going to look terrible. But I need you at some point.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I mean, doing the live is great. I love doing that. I love doing my workshop hangouts. I need to do more. I want to do more of those because it actually, for people overseas, it works out better, it seems like, especially in Europe because of the time difference. Mm-hmm. So I want a blooper builder show. Those are bloody. That's when
there was plenty today
like
for me.
This and but I'm trying to read through the chats at the same time.
Yeah. No, it's so yeah, there was plenty of bloopers today and plenty of issues that I had. And I'm like, and then of course I want to go back and redo stuff, or I'm not happy with it all the way, but that's how it is when you build something.
Right.
And someone else will look at it and be like, hey, that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. But as the builder, you're kind of like, I could have done this a little bit different, or whatever. That's the way it goes.
So I want to answer Andrew's question here. What are you going to use to turn off the LEDs? I'm going to put a reed switch in there. So when they open the door, the LEDs come on and it powers everything up. That's what I'm going to do. I have not put that in there. That's part of the wiring. I ran out of time today. I started working on it at 10 this morning. Started airbrushing. Had to prepped everything first because I had to paint everything in there black, and then I had already painted the panel gray, and I had already partially taped it, and then I had doing a lot of different stuff going through it, and I had to go and, like I said, I had to be someplace at 3:30 today to start continue lighting for this play that I'm doing. I'm not in the play, but I'm doing the lighting for the play for this weekend. So I had to go over there, and then I was there till 6:00, 6:10. Ran trying to find something. Went to the slowest Wendy's in the world. I mean, it was slow. It was like I sat in line for 30 minutes. Almost 15 of that was after I paid. Just trying to get my food.
Same thing happened to me at McDonald's, and I did the McDonald's app before you show up.
Oh my gosh.
And normally it's really quick, but this McDonald's by my house is the slowest in the world. And The ones I usually go to, you walk in, you drive up and you say you're there, you walk in and it's ready. They hand
Right.
This
I
one
think
was
they
like
had like 2.5 people working
No.
at this place because one
No.
person wasn't doing hardly anything. But and then rushed in here to get that. So yeah, I wanted to get more done on it, but it's to where you know what it's going to do, and that's part of what I wanted to show. I'll finish it up probably on my own time versus on the channel, because when you're putting a video together for a channel, I'm thinking so many different things. I have to keep changing camera angles and do different stuff. As for when I go back and edit it tonight or tomorrow morning for it to come out Thursday, but I'll come in and I'm thinking so many different aspects of as going through. So it's by the end of Tuesday after my shoots, I'm usually dead tired. So, but
yeah,
right,
my problem is I don't think about setting up a camera until after I start making something or doing something. And it's like, oh, I don't want to go back and redo that.
So I was reading the Pizza Ninja says you should have a cutoff hand with a lightsaber drop out of the bottom. That would be funny because that is part of if Cloud City of where this one is at. So this is from Empire Strikes Back. So that's where that would be from.
So do you have like a UV light on the lightsabers, or is that just from the LEDs?
That's
reflected?
just from the LEDs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just kind of, like I said, I used when I went back into it, there's no UV light in there whatsoever. I mean, there's a little bit, I have a little bit of a light on that's kind of shining up on it from my camera. But that's kind of what I did is when I layered it, I did the blue smoky look first, and then I masked off where the black would be down below, painted that, and then came back with and painted Luke and Darth Vader next with the template. And then I went back in, came back in with the lines that are there. The lightsabers were last. The first lightsaber, I masked it out so I'd paint the inside, and those both are painted white on the inside. And then I came back, took the masking tape off, and just kind of ghosted the different blue, transparent blues coming back over top of it, to make it kind of look like they're glowing over it itself. And then kind of went back and kind of hit some blue over everything, kind of did some weathering, and also did, I don't know if you can see it here, I came back in, and so instead of keeping this clean, I came back in and weathered it too, because I think when you kind of put the dirt and stuff like that back into it, it looks so much more authentic. Evidently, the middle one had a burnout at one point. It shocked, it burned out, but I just think it looks really, by doing that, it came out really well. In fact, and it kind of works out because as I was peeling back some of the tape, when I was doing some of the horizontal lines, it peeled a little bit of the paint off from one of the vertical lines, but it just kind of looked, it added that extra weathering effect to it. And I thought, I was like, that actually kind of works. That's really cool. So,
yeah, Brett says for the sound effect, you should have the long no from Luke. No.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And Pizza Ninja backs that up.
Yep.
And Trey Cassius said that great paint job, looks very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of stretching me. I feel like I've always failed on my finish work, but I guess my goal for this year was to really up my game on my finish work and kind of making it look really, really nice in aspects of it. And I think this one so far, of course, with the airbrush, and thanks for my birthday, Chad. As you can see it and learning stuff, how to use it better. I think that just looks really cool. And it's really iconic of what we're trying to do for this month.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm impressed. So I look forward to seeing more of that kind of stuff and the airbrushing and learning from you on that, because I'm definitely not good at, especially stuff like that. That's not my thing.
Templates. That's all it was. Templates. I made templates. I don't even have them.
Derek is disconnected, so we'll just move on real quick while he gets reconnected to, I guess, the build for us. So let me bring it up here on the camera. And so this is the top of it. I haven't finished removing, like what Derek was saying, you get busy and everything. I did a lot of weathering with the liquid mask, the pre-mask, and you can see here I still have a lot to pull off, but I had other things to work on today for it. Did some templates with some different logos on it, obviously. And then open it up. And that is the cache here. It doesn't look much different than what it was last week. But there's a few things that are different on it. I need to add some more greeblies. That's one of the things that I'm not extremely did Derek get booted for spilling beans? I don't know. He just dropped out, so he'll be back on. No big deal. He's Gary's on. Looks like Gary might be jumping in for him. Hey, Gary.
I figured I'd join for a minute.
Yeah, welcome. Then I have to try and talk and show everything.
Exactly.
Anyways, this is the cache. It doesn't look much different than when we saw it last. But this is it. So, like I was saying, there's more greeblies I'd like to add, a lot of things, but this is as far as I got. And honestly, I don't know if I'll end up adding anything just because I'm done. But you turn
I like
it
the
on.
look of it, though. It's really for the most. I mean, it's pretty clean. I mean, the
it's too clean for a Star Wars thing, honestly.
Well, I know, but I meant sometimes you see the
Yeah.
front of a gadget and you're like, whoa, there's like 50 things and you can't figure out, initially. I like it when it's pretty straightforward, like you got it. I mean, still could be hard to do, but still you get kind of a good look at what it looks like. So
yeah, so I did a heat sink like what we talked about last week because I love heat sinks. I'm not too thrilled about how I did that, but again, that's just the way you're building it.
Looks pretty good.
That's just kind of the way it is when you build it. So
yeah,
you always think, I should have done different, or I don't like that, and that's how every builder I think is.
I hear you.
But I did a little antenna here that pops up. So I don't know why, but I have a whole bunch of them. I thought that'd be kind of fun.
I like that.
Anyway, so that's it. You turn it on right here, and it will start up.
Oh, there it goes.
And that's the typical DJW house cache. And he did write the code for this.
Oh, cool.
Cache as always. He's an official Gadget Talk podcast host. He just happens to do all the work behind the scenes.
That's true.
He does the hard work. But you turn it on, and now this is what we talked about before is
my power on my switcher all of a sudden went out on me.
The force is with you, young Skywalker.
Evidently not, because all right.
So this is the 9-button code. So you actually have to put them in the correct order to actually get the activation to release the logbook. So you push a button to start, and this will turn red if it's not correct. So you got to find the right button. So that's button number 1. Now you got to find 2. That's not it. So you got to hit 1 again.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a memory thing. There's 2.
Yeah.
Now I got to hit. Oh, I should have found 3. Oh, there's 3. That's not. Uh-oh. I had no problem all week remembering what buttons it is, but now I'm totally forgot what it was.
Right.
That's okay.
Panic mode.
Do you have to scream at this one?
No.
Different gadget.
Okay.
Here, let me go watch the video chat.
I got to turn it towards me.
There you go.
Sorry, trying to do it backwards here.
Make it easier that way.
Now I'm looking at different. Anyways, I'll get through it here. Need to have my son come do it. He can do it every time.
That's the way it is, isn't it?
Kendall saying this warhead's hard to disarm. You're gonna kill everybody, Chad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, who was it? Engineer 42. Painters tape labels during testing to remember codes, etc. I did that on mine, but now I kind of know which way it is. So
Clever.
MacGyver and Flo says looks like a panel on a submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I had no problem doing this all day long.
Pressure's on.
Yep.
While he's figuring that out, I can show.
Yeah, sorry.
What do you got?
I should have changed it to less. I just did that one.
May the
I've
fourth.
got like Nikki has a pink one of those, and I have
Cash
a blue
Saber.
one of those. Yep, you have the red one, so I have a blue one. I should
Red
have
on
had that
one
like in my
side.
hand with the
Green.
there.
Yeah, green. It's green on the other side, but it's.
And what's cool about those is that they are they glow in the dark. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
What glows in the dark?
The
Cool.
lightsaber are trackable.
And then for show and tell today, I've got my 3D printed R2D2.
So
Hang on
Glenn
here
says,
one
"You
sec.
just
You guys do your
initiated a
talking for a
self-destruct
sec.
sequence. Congrats." GCD SK11 says the force is weak with this one. Are you going to get Preston? Kendall says, "Hey, I got my blooper reel." So
there you go. You got it.
Yep. So here's what I wanted to show everybody. When I was doing mine, I wanted to show you the actual picture. I don't have the bottom of it where it was, but this was the actual picture that I was using that I made my templates off of. In fact, what I have cut off here is actually what I used for the template for the bottom. So if you compare that to there, that's kind of what. And I see a few things that I need to go back and redo, but all in all, I think it turned out really, really close to what that is. I took a little bit of liberty on a few things just because doing a template with very fine lines, because when you actually cut some of the stuff off, it kind of falls out of there. So,
Okay,
right,
we have the expert here who can do this.
We have the expert. Okay, let's Preston's here.
Give this a try.
All right, let's go to there. It is. And for our audio listeners, what's going on is that it's 9 buttons, and you got to push them in order to get it to release the combination. Is it a timed thing?
No.
Yeah, Bell in the Move saying that's really hard with all the white buttons.
It's actually not that bad. I've done it all day long, no problem. I just can't do it. It just takes a minute. It's just a memory. There we go. So you get them all. See, it's not that hard. This lights up, releases the logbook, and then
Nope, I'll go to it.
No problem.
There it is.
And then this is what I didn't know what to do on it.
Right.
But that's it. This is actually glued on now, so you can only have access to the bottom.
Oh, that's great. Now, did you do the completely flat on the?
No,
on the bottom?
I was actually able to. No matter how you have it in there, it actually it also plays a song. I don't know if you can hear that. So
yes, I can hear it.
Can you hear that? Sorry,
Yeah.
It's not. So anyway,
does the code change for the next?
Yes, it doesn't repeat. I've not had it repeat yet, and I've done it a lot of times. So yes, it changes each time.
Oh, that's really cool. All right, so does it still slide in like it did before?
Yeah, it's probably a little too tight because I end up painting this, painting the container, so I might need to sand a little bit more. But it will. There we go, and that's locked.
Another happy.
So when the green lights turn off, it locks. So the only time you can pull it in and out is when the green lights are on, and it's for like 10 seconds, I think.
That looks really cool.
And it locks no matter what direction you have it in. So, yeah, this is a completely different slide here or container that it actually fits into the sleeve. It's completely different. So, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I like it. What's going
Sorry,
on?
I'm reading the comment from the Pizza Ninja. It says someone should make a Gadget patience cast called Wendy's drive-through, where you order and have to wait 15 minutes in your car, or the cache won't open.
You could do that where you turn it on, it has to time out for it to open.
That is funny. That
I don't think that would actually be too hard. It's probably something I could actually program.
Make it like it's a need service, need more workers, food supply or something like that. I don't know. Need more workers, and call it that, and say you gotta wait 15 minutes for no matter what it is just to get it. That is funny. Sorry. I was seeing that.
It's good. So one thing on here, one of my challenges is the speaker, because it makes noise, is where to put it. I didn't want to have it out in the open where someone could poke at it or anything. So what I end up doing is it actually sits underneath the heat sink.
Oh, that's cool.
There's actually a gap. So this heat sink screws in, and there's actually a gap underneath there that actually shows or that it sits in, and I can actually show you. I think we got plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
So we'll go through part of the making of it. And of course, it's the wrong T-bit.
Brent says, "Call it now hiring." Yeah, and that's something I want to add to mine too. I want to go back in and add some Greeblies. I just gotta go get some different ones that I think would look really cool. I need to go find some old computers and rip them apart.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I wanted to get it all together first was the more important thing. So as you can see, there's the speaker. It sits nicely underneath it. And there's a gap. If you look at this, when this sits, there's a 1/8 of an inch gap. So it actually doesn't sit on top of the speaker. So
that's really cool.
So
I love how you hid that. I love the way it looks. Like I said, mine looks one way. Yours is. Hey, we still did 9 buttons. We just did 2 different types of 9 buttons.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. So what I end up having to do to make that the log container come out is I end up adding a hole here.
Okay.
And then a lip system here for it to mount to. And this actually stuck out further. So it actually had all 4 holes for the latch, but I end up having to cut it because I needed to fit in the hole. So one of those things I didn't think about. So I ended up cutting it. And then I didn't realize that after I printed this one, I actually thought at first it was too tight. And so I went back into the program because I was going to reprint one, and this is 0.5 wider. And so I put it all together, and then it was really sloppy in there, and I didn't like it. So then I have to print another one to make it tighter again. So, but now I have extras, I guess, if something happens. But it actually was a real simple project to do. So just about 12 hours of printing.
Okay.
So 24 probably for the whole thing, because one is like 8 hours, one is 11 something, and then the top part is like 3.
Okay.
So it's 3 pieces. So
Andrew's asking, can we see the sides and the lid?
Oh yeah. So the lid, the sides are messed up. You don't want to see the sides. This is the lid. So just the basic lid. Huh?
Go ahead and show it on the other camera.
Okay. So basic lid. like you saw before. I
love
made
how
up a
you
GC
incorporated
code.
I love how you incorporated the Imperial
Yeah.
emblem in the middle.
Yes, I thought that looked cool. I was debating which logos to put on it, and so I ended up going with that. So I thought it looked cool. Looking online to it, a lot of different containers. What they had, a lot of it was the Imperial stuff. So that's why I went with that. Now, one of the issues with this is I painted the gray yesterday afternoon, and then today I went to go and do the stencils on them, and put the stencils on, went to go paint them, and realized I didn't have the right paint for the airbrush. So I had to run to the hobby store and get it. And so 2 hours later, with the stencil sitting on there, it ended up sticking too much and pulling some of the paint off. But I kind of was worried about that, but I can go back and fix it. So this is what one side looks like here. So you can see where it pulled some of the paint off.
Yeah, just add some dirt to it and it'll look good. It's like it's weathered.
Yeah, I could add some silver and make it look like weathering. No big deal. I still have a lot of liquid mask on here that I need to peel off. I just haven't had time. It's all over the place. There's bumps.
Right.
I use a different brand this time for the liquid mask rather than the liquid latex, and I don't like it as much. It's a lot harder to come off. So I don't think I'll use that again. But that's that side. The other side I did actually was kind of cool. This is what it looks like here. And what it said was official geocache by order, what did it say? Order of the Empire, do not remove, or something like that is what it said. Cool. But as you can see, the stencil's on for way too long. And so when I started peeling it, it started coming off. And then same thing, I did another one here and the same thing happened there. So, the top ones I did later after I came back with the right paint. And so they didn't have a problem because I put the stencil on, did the paint, and took it off. And so it didn't have time to sit there and really stick real too much. So,
right. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. Let's hear. Brent says, now if you have a fake cookie TB for FTF, then you would get a great slice of the dark side has cookies. Great, fake since cookie. The dark side's had cookies. Sorry. It's been a long day. Can't read. So, but yeah. So this has been. I'm loving how that really turned out, Chad. That looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it turned out good. I just need to go back, touch up some paint. Haven't decided in here. I didn't paint the top of this because the lid screws on. Right. So I left off this part because if I painted it, it wouldn't. I'm pretty sure it would get gummed up or wouldn't screw on all the way correctly. But when you put the lid on, it hides the white that you see there. Sorry, I had to stick this on my garbage can. And then other than that, I mean, I'll paint the inside of this gray or something. But whatever it is, what it is, it's not too bad. I think what I might have done was left the outside white and end up just doing black Imperial logos.
Right.
But next time, maybe we'll see. And then stenciling, the stenciling I use.
As Chad goes back there and tries to find the stencils. So what other aspects for the chat, what other aspects of these caches would you like to see? We got to come up with an idea for next month, or actually for this month, what we're going to be doing. So put in your chat, just kind of put those in there. Andrew, Bill on the Move is saying, I love accidental build tips. Thanks for sharing. So yeah,
happens all the time.
Yes, it does. Including when I was airbrushing, I had to go back. I didn't get the template lined in right, so I had to go back and mask some different stuff, and then come back and redo some of the lines, and so that's crazy.
So what I use is this stenciling here. It's made for, you can use it on a Cricut. It's 12 inches wide by 30-foot roll, I think. So you can use it on a Cricut. It will cut just like I use it on my plotter, but same idea. It cuts out. Let me grab my tool.
So to answer the question, somebody's I don't know how to say your name. Kokoa. Where's this cache going to be located? The cache is actually going to be more for an event, unless Chad can find someplace to put it, because it's just so big.
Yeah,
and it's going to be kind of crazy to put it out there. Oh, toy theme. Andrew's asking for if we did it like a toy theme kind of gadget build.
Okay, a toy theme. What kind of toy?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. What toys would we do? I'm even doing my Obi-Wan beard stroking, trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's a good idea. So Chad, are you trying to peel off that template?
Yeah, so I'm weeding it here. I'm getting out the part I don't want. And so
like
as you can see, huh?
So here, we've done Monsters Inc. We've done Star Wars. We're staying in Disney. We're going to do Toy Story next. Tonka trucks. David Burrows says Tonka trucks. Burrows says Tonka truck. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, so this is the part that I wanted to template here. So I took out the piece. It's clear, so you can actually see where you're putting it. It has the lines as well.
Right.
So you just use some pre-mask, put it on wherever you're going to put it, and then you spray over it. Actually have a test one right here.
That would have been a great way. As I was looking at this, I was going, man, I wish I could have cut some of this stuff out on a Cricut as a template and put it up there when I was doing this with clear, so I'd actually see where everything was lining in. And that may be a better way that I would do it next time. I have it upstairs. I have some clear transparency paper. I should have cut it out on that and then gone back over and painted it. And then when I pulled it off, I'd see exactly where everything's lining in. That would have been classic toys and game. I'm thinking
a game mode would be fun if you had to play a game so far and hit the right thing. It'd be really fun. I don't know if he's listening, but Jumanji
would be fun. That would be a really fun game.
I think I could do some fun stuff with Jumanji. So anyways, you can see how it's clear. You put it on where you want it to sit, and then you spray it. So this was a test piece with some of the paint I didn't like that I didn't want to use. And that's kind of what it said. I ended up switching the lines around where it says official geocache and then by order of the Empire, do not remove. That's what it did say. And then you just peel it off. And it should be fine. And you can kind of see, I'm not impressed with, if you leave it on for a long period of time, it doesn't like to come off. It gets very, very sticky. And that's one thing. I'd rather have a paper template, honestly. But this works. As long as you don't leave it on. This has been on since this morning. So, but anyways, you peel it off and it gives you your template. Pretty simple.
Good God, no. We're already living through Jumanji.
So, okay.
Oh, man. Anyway.
That is how I did that.
So, yeah, just some simple tips. Masking. One of the biggest things that I had when I was going back through was if you don't get, when you're airbrushing, and I didn't go into this on my podcast, on my channel, is that when you have the template on there, you got to make sure that it's really flat, because you get some, if you don't, it gets a little bit of bleed underneath it, that paint, as especially using the tape or using the how you did it there with it being completely flush, because as you're blowing the air, sometimes it picks up just a little bit and it slips out underneath there. So, and just go slow, just build it up slowly. because you start pulling back more pressure, you get too much spray, and it will
Mhm.
it'll spider. And I had
Better
a
to
couple
do
places
several
that spidered
coats.
on me. Yeah, and just take your time. I mean, it's still a lot faster than sitting there and doing it by hand.
And I didn't
So-
sit there and do it so it's like all 100% filled in. I actually did it so it's a little bit lighter and it looks like it's weathered or been sitting in the sun, so it's
Right.
sun bleached a little bit. So I didn't want to make it a really white on there. So yeah. So and then templating, if you're using pre-mask and you're using paper, that was one thing I was worried about this stuff. So I just got this stenciling material. I saw it the other day online and I thought, oh, I should try that. I saw someone use it. And it was actually pretty cool. When you're using it, if you use pre-mask, well, you need to pre-mask this to put it on something, just like you're doing vinyl. You know what, let me switch my camera. I don't know if I can. Probably not.
Yeah, I can see your table there.
Here, we'll just where are we at on this?
You've got it right there. You want to just do it on?
Yeah, I'll just do it on here. Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds here.
All right.
And
So yeah, as Chad's getting that, the biggest thing, like I said, that I ran into, and I'll show you. Oh, it's not there. It powered off. Is that it? The biggest thing was coming back and laying the different templates and make sure that you don't get that spidering effect. If you get too close to it and you pull back on your trigger too much on your airbrush, and it takes practice, and I'm out of practice on it too. But you got to make sure that as you're coming across, that paper stays down or your tape stays down, because if it slips underneath, it'll kind of do this little bleeding aspect of it, and that's what you don't want on this. So, all right, you got your table there, Chad?
okay, yep. Okay, so you need to pre-mask your template just like any vinyl, anything like that. Which we can do an episode on vinyl, plain vinyl, all that stuff sometime, but I'm just gonna do it real quick here.
We'll do kind of a preview maybe for next week. Maybe we can do that on next week.
Actually next week doing something easy like that would be nice. So
yeah.
Add your pre-mask to your vinyl. Now, one thing I noticed on this was it wasn't really sticky on here, the blue. And so I was kind of worried about, especially when you're doing the smaller lettering,
right,
with it sticking actually, or staying with the blue and then sticking on the container. And so a trick, if you're worried about pulling off when you pull this pre-mask off any paint or the part of the template or stencil, whatever you want to call it, is the trick is to get your fingers in here and actually remove it. Okay, there we go. So stick this on something. We'll just do it to the glass, I guess. So you want to stick it on something. And then if you're worried about the pre-mask pulling off any of the inside of this, because the pre-mask seemed to be stickier than the template itself at first, but when it sat for a while, I was afraid the adhesive, which is what happened, really got to grab. So if you're worried about that, a trick is to spray it with water.
Right. Okay.
So if you spray the pre-mask with water, it actually gets rid of the adhesive, and it doesn't make it as adhesive anymore. And then it peels right off easy. So you let it sit a little bit longer than that, but it's not sticky really anymore. So just a little trick if you're doing any vinyl work or stenciling, is how to do that. So and also if you're using vinyl on a car or something and you're worried about that, you can do that. So
right now, would you take the rest of the blue off on the outside and just leave the inside?
Well, now you would spray it, right?
Okay.
Now you would spray it with your airbrush, and then when you're done, peel it off. But so these little parts here that are individual, I was afraid of it coming off on the pre-mask.
Right.
When I pulled the pre-mask off before I sprayed.
What we're doing.
Yeah, because this is sticking to glass, so it's sticking pretty good. But when I had it on the plastic, which is porous, it wasn't really sticking. Like it doesn't really stick. It doesn't stick to my hand. And so I was afraid of it actually, the part sticking to the pre-mask. So I sprayed it with water just to get rid of the adhesiveness on the pre-mask, and then you pull the pre-mask off. So okay. Spray that, let it dry for a few minutes, pull that off, and you're good to go with your stenciling.
So, and one of the things that I noticed when I was doing when you airbrush, it dries really quick because it's actually what you can also do once you paint it, just kick it to keep the air going, and it'll actually dry the paint at the same time. So, and it's just in part of the trigger. You just kind of run over it. I was able to work through it pretty quickly, relatively quickly. It took me the longest making sure that the mask and the line and everything was lined up. I'd show it again, but the camera, for some reason, came off. I can see if I can get it back on, but yeah. So, but I like the idea that everybody's saying is like a toy themed aspect of it, but won't do that for next week. Next week, we decide, did we, Chad, that we're going to talk more about vinyl and doing that kind of stuff?
We could do that. Yeah. It might be easy because I might be in Portland the first 2 days of next week. So I'll probably be back just in time for the show.
Okay. So yeah, let's talk about laying stencils and doing that aspect of it. And maybe we'll do a little bit of airbrushing with some of it. So we'll probably set some different things up. I may set some stuff up on my side as well, and we can do some different types. You can do your like that, and then I can actually maybe do a couple of cutout templates with paper, and you can we'll show what not to do and what to do maybe. So, and how some little tricks. So
yeah, that will work out perfect.
So yeah, so that'll be great for next week, and then we'll work on the idea of the toy aspect of a gadget cache. What we can do on that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to think of something fun, but I'll have to think about it. Yeah. Right.
So, all right. So that's not our. I'm going to our banners, and it's like I pulled up the wrong one. So if you have any other ideas, or you have some other caches that you want us to look at or feature, and for you've built a cache and you want to feature it here on Gadget Talk, really reach out to us, gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know. I really would love to have you on. We want others to be on there. We don't want it just to be Chad and I on here all the time. We want to talk to other gadget builders and see your ideas, and so we can all share in that idea that you've come up with on these gadgets, because that's what we really love doing, is seeing that. You can always also tag us on Instagram at Gadget Talk Podcast, and you can see a whole bunch of different stuff that we've been tagged on, or things that Chad's working on, because Chad usually posted that one. I might post behind the cache on mine mainly for my show or my live stream. No, I can't even talk. For my channel behind the cache, so you see stuff on there, and every once in a while I'll have some other stuff on there as well. So, but next week we're going to be doing templates and vinyl, and kind of showing how we can do those and how we use that.
So this would be fun. I could do a ghost trap cache.
That would be cool.
That'd be fun.
Cross the beams.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I could do. You make plasma. Yeah, I don't know. But that would be a fun one. I might have to think about that.
Yeah.
I thought about making one with a Tesla coil, and you got to get light bulbs so close to it to get them to light up, and then the colors that light up are what the code is.
Right.
I have a small Tesla coil over here that would be fun to use. But yeah, lots of ideas.
Yeah, that would be. So, as Kendall says, smash that like button. Thanks. Great show. Thanks, Kendall. Thundra 360 says Indian in the cupboard idea. That might be.
I do have an ultrasonic water mist generator. Could do that.
That's that would engineer, be cool. Engineer for it says ultrasonic water mist generator and LED lightning for plasma cloud. That sounds kind of cool.
Might have to think about that.
Yeah, lots of different ideas. You know what we need to do? We need to have Engineer 42 on the show sometime.
Yeah, he has a lot of good ideas. In fact, his idea on this cache, the Star Wars cache, on making the puzzle the 9-button,
Yeah.
in them in the same order, was his idea. So
See?
I love it.
So, yeah.
Keep putting those ideas out there.
Yeah, we got to get him on here. So, but hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our Star Wars builds. May the 4th be with you, which is tomorrow. But yeah, we wish we could have done it on the 4th, but like I said, that's Wednesday. We're on here on Tuesdays. But thank you for joining us. And anything else, Chad, before we jump off here tonight?
Nope, that's it. I appreciate everybody watching, tuning in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep the ideas coming. If you have an idea, if you want to come on and just pitch an idea, maybe get some ideas, let us know. That'd be fun too, is just to kind of have someone on that has an idea and we can kind of brainstorm it here live on the show.
Oh, yeah. Love doing that. We can brainstorm. Of course, Chad's got all the gadgets and the greeblies and everything in the background. I may be able to pull something out somewhere and we'll figure something out. So that would be really cool. That'd
be fun if I could get away from building so much. Man, some of these projects have been getting big and taking a lot of time.
Yeah,
so
trust me,
I would love to have people on and get their ideas.
Yeah,
I'm sure it gets boring watching me build stuff.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So, but thanks everybody for joining us tonight. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and may the 4th be with you.